One very important characteristic of this tuning system that you really must get your head around at some point is that it optimizes for versatility. So you might come across the idea that the perfect fifths are not perfect, or the major thirds are not absolute major thirds. And that is not incorrect, but that is also not what the tuning system is aiming to achieve. So versatility becomes very important when you start working with singers. And also when you become part of an ensemble that plays acoustic instruments. Acoustic instruments as opposed to electronic instruments like this one. On those you are able to bend any particular pitch. So then you can actually, even though the tuning system doesn't give you the perfect ratios to create major chords, you can actually bend the pitches to reach that perfection. Now, going back to the idea of working with singers, that versatility becomes of utmost importance because singers will sometimes need adjustments. So if a piece of music is maybe too low or too high, you can actually adjust the keys so as to find a better placement for their vocals. As an instrumentalist, it then becomes very important to wrap your head around the 12 what I call contexts, so-called contexts or milieus. So in this matrix, which you can download on the website, you can see quite plainly what the 12 contexts might be without worrying about any of the names, majors and minors and all that nonsense. This is the bare bones logic of the 12 contexts, which if when you finally manage to wrap your head around, you're going to be good to go to work with anybody as a beginner, I'm saying, and make music, play music, perform music. Once again, you can download this for free on the website, and if you can afford it, you can get yourself a copy of this absolute treasure, which for a beginner pianist, a beginner keyboard player, I cannot tell you how precious this is. Invaluable. Although half the price of a piano lesson, this is actually worth at least 12. So these 12 contexts are laid out quite plainly in illustrations, and they tell you exactly where to put your fingers for what I call default hand positions.